Welcome to the NorthOps Fire Weather Webcast for Saturday, August 6th, 2022. This morning's water vapor loop shows an upper-level low centered offshore to the west of California, with a drier slot ahead of the low pushing inland across most of NorthOps. Some lingering fringes of mid-level monsoon moisture can be seen in far eastern areas and along the California-Oregon border to the south of a shortwave trough crossing the Pacific Northwest. Visible satellite imagery shows marine stratus extending into coastal valleys to an elevation of around 2,500 feet near the Greater Bay Area and to around 1,500 feet further north. A few altocumulus castellanus clouds can be seen in far northern areas, indicating a continued presence of mid-level moisture and instability. The NorthOps 24-hour lightning total map shows 687 cloud-to-ground lightning strikes yesterday, with the majority of those having occurred in the far east side and northeast California predictive service areas. The 24-hour precipitation total map shows some spotty wetting rain footprints from storms in the north and northeast, with broader coverage in the southern half of the northern Sierra and portions of the far east side predictive service areas. 500 millibar forecast maps for today show the upper low remaining well offshore, with ridging strengthening in inland areas following the passage of a Pacific Northwest trough and bringing a warming and drying trend to NorthOps. The offshore upper low will drift slowly to the east tonight through Monday, with ridging persisting inland and continuing to bring warm and dry conditions to the area. While moisture will be a limiting factor, enough does linger over far north and east areas for cumulus buildups and at least some isolated thunderstorm potential to continue this afternoon and evening, but with significantly reduced cloud-to-ground lightning strike numbers as compared to previous days. Isolated thunderstorm chances this afternoon and evening will favor far northern areas, including portions of Siskiyou and Modoc counties, with some potential extending into the Lassen Convergence Zone area and the far east side as well. Thunderstorm chances will continue to decrease Sunday and Monday, though with isolated coverage still possible along the Cascade Sierra Crest on Sunday, and further east areas Monday. Wind and relative humidity forecast graphics show fairly good relative humidity recoveries across the majority of the area last night, with moderate recoveries along northern and western ridges. Following a light wind pattern this morning, west-southwest winds gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour will develop through Greater Bay Area coastal gaps and across the Delta, with locally breezy south to southwest winds elsewhere. Inland relative humidities will generally range in the 20s and 30s, with pockets of teens in the drier valley locations. Gradual drying will continue tonight, with moderate and a few areas of locally poor overnight relative humidity recoveries developing along slopes and ridges. Winds on Sunday afternoon will continue to follow the typical locally breezy onshore flow pattern, with west-southwest winds gusting 20 to 30 miles an hour favoring coastal gap areas, and south to southwest winds strengthening a bit more in inland areas, with local gusts in the 30 to 35 mile an hour range possible in the Shasta Valley vicinity. Inland minimum relative humidities will drop down into the teens over broader areas. Moderate to locally poor overnight relative humidity recoveries along slopes and ridges will become more widespread Sunday night, with the poorest recoveries focused along the eastern coastal mountains. The increasing trend in afternoon south to southwest winds will continue for Monday afternoon, with inland relative humidities continuing to lower. 500 millibar forecast graphics for Tuesday through Friday show the upper low remaining centered along the NorthOps coast through around Tuesday, then lifting to the northeast and into the Pacific Northwest mid to late week. 24-hour precipitation graphics for the same time period show potential increase in shower and thunderstorm activity in eastern areas Tuesday afternoon and evening, shifting further to the east Wednesday and Thursday. Wind graphics show onshore flow persisting along the coast through the week and continuing to enhance afternoon coastal gap winds, with a gradual increasing trend in afternoon southwest winds over inland areas. The NorthOps significant fire potential outlook shows moderate risk conditions continuing over most of the area for the next 7 days. New starts and outflow winds from isolated thunderstorm coverage will continue to be an elevated concern for the next several days, with the potential for additional holdover ignitions to continue to pop up as fuels dry and relative humidities lower. The NorthOps significant fire potential outlook shows mainly low to little to no risk conditions continuing for the next 7 days, with areas of moderate risk limited to the Central Coast Interior and Upper Desert's predictive service areas. And now to sum up the NorthOps fire weather highlights. A dry slot ahead of the upper low offshore and ridging inland will bring a warming and drying trend this weekend with a gradual increase in locally breezy afternoon winds. Lingering fringes of mid-level moisture in far northern and eastern areas will bring the potential for isolated thunderstorm activity this afternoon and evening, though with significantly sparser coverage as compared to previous days. Slight thunderstorm chances will continue in north and east areas for Sunday and Monday, but currently look fairly minimal. Thunderstorm activity may increase on Tuesday, favoring eastern areas, but model uncertainty remains regarding whether or not this will be in or just to the east of NorthOps.